Welcome, Libra. This is Regina from Pacific Tarot, getting ready to do a reading for you. We're still vibing to the resonance of the blue full moon in Sagittarius, which by the time you're receiving this reading happened a few days ago, 2 or 3 days past. And there was a significant build up to this full moon energy about 2 or 3 weeks ahead of it. And we'll be feeling the resonance of this for at least a few more days. So it is a particularly rich, poignant, significant moment for the world and for us as individuals as we kind of hold our sacred space, hold our ground before things begin to heat up again. There are many supports in the astrological sky that are encouraging you to make a move, a definitive move. But in order to do that thoughtfully, you really are putting some real energy into the step that will move you forward in the best way possible. So for your present energy, we have the World card. Wow. Right off the bat, I feel like for many of you, you have created a new world for yourself. This can be the result of something that you did for a long time and you're being recognized for it. You're being celebrated, rewarded. This is not an invisible achievement by any means, but it has opened a new doorway to you, although you have been generating this world along the way. You've been preparing for it. But you really are reveling in the way in which your mindset, your perspective has been infinitely broadened. You're learning the ways in which you are connected with every infinitesimal part of your new practice, new community, new location, new home, or new lifestyle. And you're learning the rigors, the structure of that, which really is about the support you're receiving from the planet Saturn, which is in Aries right now. This is encouraging you to take the stand, and you have announced your principles, your stand, your position to the world through this new practice that you are experiencing. In the past, the Seven of Cups, you've taken a whole lot of offers and invitations, and you've really managed to streamline them into something that you have been working towards for a very long time. Part of this is opening up your own landscape of desire. In other words, rather than being the recipient of the desires of others or the expectations of others, you're now in a place where you're looking at all the options that are available that have led you to this place of a kind of victory. Many of the aspects that are pictured on this card are things that you once looked for piecemeal, but you now recognize in your devotion, in your clarity towards the goal that you are currently manifesting, you are receiving many of these perks as results, as residual. They're no longer the reason why you're doing these things, but it doesn't mean that you aren't receiving many of these benefits. So the victory wreath is well depicted here. I can't clarify everything that is on this card. And certainly not all these perks are good things. There is the venomous snake of betrayal, the castles, which can be as much about being walled in or bound in as they are about some kind of material command over the land. So these are all, it feels like this is a part of something you've created that you've managed to leverage into a place of this new lifestyle, this new experience. In the future, the Two of Swords. And now you're wondering what you're going to do, the direction you're going to take. The energy that's coming off these cards is one of a go-getter, a doer, someone who now wants to move on after perhaps completing something that was significant. So you understand that you've actually manifested a power, a portal of power for yourself, and you're looking at ways in which it can be most productively used. This is about following your own truth, absolutely. And in that way, there's no real decision about that. But it's also about the way that you are concerned with the past, the impact this is having on others who you believe have depended on you, and ways in which you are not comfortable, are not really trusting in the ability of others to be fine without you. So there's some of that, but underneath this, it feels as though you are still understanding the power of what you have created. And from the Oracle card, Patience, I accept that everything happens in divine order. It feels to me like you've manifested quite a synchronicity with divine timing, divine order, if you will. But underneath that go-getter energy I'm picking up on feels like it can be a little frenetic. After all, the world itself is frenetic, chaotic, exhibiting extremes of war and peace, as one example. Of greed and sacrifice. So you are truly looking at what the ultimate impact of your efforts are and the ways that you're able to manage yourself in order to sustain this. So high standard here. If this reading is resonating with you so far, please like this video. Please share this with others if you feel inclined to do so, and subscribe to my channel, Pacific Tarot. I thank you so much to all of you that are so present for me in whatever ways that you are, and your support is really appreciated. So the Seven of Cups is clarified by the Nine of Pentacles and the Ace of Wands. Lovely. Yeah, you took a lot of resources that were available, that you invited, that were offered to you, and you really put them into a vehicle that would sustain your interests, that would cultivate the things that were valuable and important, meaningful, significant to you. And this really came through your openness to your own inspiration. You allowed yourself to be led to what was best for you. And this really does shore up your independence, a quality that really makes you feel the awareness that although you did this yourself, that you are part of a community. And part of your reward for this creation is the ability to cultivate your own independent space. So this is something that makes you feel like you're able to relax, retreat, determine what works for you best, cultivate the interests that you believe are worthy of your investment, bring you a level of profitability that allows you to support other things that are aligned with you. So this feels to me like, in addition to enjoying the fruits of your labor, which you are, you're a phenomenal manager of those that work with and for you. You're respectful of their ability to do the same, the need for each individual to receive credit for their contribution and to enjoy that. In the present, the World card is clarified by the Seven of Wands, another seven, and the Judgment card. I'm not going to take the Hermit. I'll put the Hermit here. And because I put the Hermit there, I'm going to get another card, the Six of Pentacles for the future. So we're back to the present here, the World card, your accomplishment. Yes, there's a lot here about you really sustaining your effort, you protecting your space, your awareness that this level of achievement attracts a lot of attention, embeds a lot of requests and demands for your time. Oh, look at this over here. Could you help me with that? Oh, you've done such a great job with that kind of energy. And this is a role that you have often been in, a role of caring for others, taking care of others, being responsible to others. And you've come to a place of understanding that your purpose needs space to evolve. Your mission is what has motivated you, what has driven you to a place of this achievement, of this notoriety, even. For some of you, it's even fame. In order to sustain this, to complete this, to continue in this way of manifesting something that is available, part of a community, you have to be very clear about your boundaries, your personal boundaries. And this is something that makes some people uncomfortable, but you understand that the desire of others, the needs of others has kept you small in the past, will continue to keep you small. The feeling here is that many others in perhaps your family, perhaps in other aspects of your life, are not completely on board with what you have created. And the more you are aware that the more you talk about it, the more you explain it, the more you share with them, the more resistant they become. And that's because they're not interested in what you're. It's not that they're not interested. It's not that they don't care. It's that their real interest is in your energy, your attention, your ability to inspire and encourage them. And if you're busy over here creating something that serves so many beyond them, then you're not available for them. And this is not uncommon in many family systems or even professional ones, and you're well aware of it. But you know that this is your calling, this is your purpose. You have created this with clear understanding and pacing on your own path. And in the future, the Two of Swords is clarified by the Hermit and the Six of Pentacles. Yeah, for all of the ongoing and continuous exchanges of energy that you must negotiate in order to keep this functional, keep this productive, joyful, useful to others, requires this great natural ability you have of mediating the needs of others in a way that's fair and equitable. So this is where the famous LIBRA ability to mediate and to facilitate, sorry for that. I'm going to ignore it because I'm hoping that's not my neighbors that just left town. They left their other car in the driveway. Let's see. But it is some kind of validation, right? The Hermit indicates that in order to sustain this ability to step back, to be detached from the needs of others, to be able to adjudicate in a way that's fair, or to recognize what you're asking for has to be a negotiation with others that can change, that is based on your ability to communicate with one another in a fair way, in a way that allows everyone to participate at their level. And that requires a strong sense of your own authority, because you're the boss here, after all. Your own authority is something you carefully cultivate. You know how to pull in for answers, for strength, for information. When you get ideas, you need a sacred space to vet those, to research those, to organize those in your mind before you are out there negotiating with others about the completion of some contract or desire on your part. I'm going to pull, oh, I did pull. It's a noisy summer day. I did pull an Ace of Pentacles as your outcome card. And this is, in some ways, kind of the real tipping point here. Your manifestation of this achievement, of this, it feels very bricks and mortar. For many of you, this can be a business, this can be a school, this can be a course. This is an opportunity or a portal for abundance, not just your abundance. You're certainly going to profit from this effort. There's no doubt about that. But your abundance generates more abundance for those involved. It is modeling some kind of abundance generation. A kind of giving back is what it feels like in some ways, but it's not giving back as much as it is building forward. Paying it forward is an expression I've heard. So let me clarify this with 3 cards. And we have the 7 of Wands, another 7, a second repeat card, the 10 of Wands, and the Knave of Wands, which is the Page of Wands. I'm feeling like you know that you've broken some cycles. You had to break cycles to get here. You have had to continue a way of cordoning off your sacred space so that you can exercise your gifts. That may be a literal part of your business, a part of a way in which you give counsel, advice, consult with others by creating sacred space, ritual space around some kind of practice. So this is pointing to some kind of healing practice that you're doing. But overall, this idea that you are starting on a new path, you're open to the growth of this. In fact, the most important thing to you is growth, is expansion. This, again, can be part of your practice. Again, your healing practice, helping others to grow, helping others to expand, to become more comfortable, to become more physically aligned with themselves. To become more aligned with their spiritual beliefs and practices. So it feels like you are bringing people into a new worldview, a new lifestyle, new practices that you are guiding. And your own experience of breaking cycles is part of what you are sharing with others. This is just stunning. So Libra, I'm going to finish this up with an language of flowers, and I pulled something that turned upside down, the heliacone. I'm going to take the heliconia, and it looks kind of like a pineapple plant. And the keyword is realization. The answer is here. Take heed. Pay attention. Thank you so much, Libra, for your time, for your energy. Until next time, namaste.